Hello everyone! So today was the last day of the week, the last day of classes for this week. It was intense. Lots of scheduling changes, lots of trying to figure out where I was going, lots of trying to figure out why I was going at all. But so far I've decided that I'm going to be taking ancient Greek history and the topography of the ancient Roman Empire. So that's my Greco-Roman class because the title of the class was Archaeology and Art History of the Greek and Roman Worlds. And very general, very general, very general. The class is actually looking at the organization of territory in ancient Roman Empire. So we're looking at topography, and we're looking at how these cities were built, why they were built, what the roads did, that kind of thing. So that's what that class wound up being, and I'm very excited for it. I have the Te section, which is basically a Te is basically saying you are going to do an oral project and it will be your grade. Yeah. So basically I will have to give a presentation on the topography of ancient Vienna. So that's going to be interesting because that's in Austria. Yeah, that's gonna be fun. I'm actually pretty excited about it. I want to learn more about Vienna because I know it's where Mozart composed and grew up, and that it's a huge city for opera and that huge amount of culture, and I want to learn more. I want to learn what it was before and why it was important before it became Mozart's hometown. You know, that's the only thing I know it for, other than like Viennese music in general is all I really know about it. So I'm interested in finding out more. And the today for my ancient Greek history class, I am going to give a presentation on Macedonia and the history of Macedonia, basically. I'm gonna have the text that he's gonna give me 2 weeks before I'm supposed to do the presentation because he's like, nah, I'm not gonna give you the information now. I'm gonna give it to you like 2 weeks beforehand because, yes, that's why. And I was like, oh, I can't start on it now and just be super competent. Nope. Okay. So that's gonna be interesting. It's not until March, so it's gonna. But I want to go to the classes because we're gonna be talking about these ancient places and the history of them, and we're gonna be reading and saying, "Oh, this is cool." At least that's what I'm gonna be doing. There may be others in the class who are less enthusiastic, but I'm the biggest nerd you will ever meet, so yeah, I'm really excited. The lecture for this class was also incredibly fascinating. We talked about how the Greeks invented absolute democracy, but fragments of it didn't come from ancient Greece. They came from ancient Egypt, they came from the Near East and Assyria and Syria and Sumeria, and from a couple of other places that I can't remember off the top of my head, but elements of democracy came from a lot of other places beforehand. And then the Greeks said, well, why don't we just make this our government? And that was so radical for the time. It was insane, and there's this whole democratic revolution in order to get this done and overthrowing an oligarchy. It got crazy. It got crazy. I mean, ancient Greece, it was turbulent, and I haven't even told you guys about the Peloponnesian Wars. Like, dang. Those wars were insane. Seriously, look them up. Like, so much destruction, and now they're all united, and it's fine. But before, no, nope. But yeah, history classes, I am loving them. Love the professors. My professor for the Greco-Roman class is really sweet. I introduced myself to her, and I was like, you said something about rescheduling a TD and I didn't understand it. And she was like, oh no, it's just so that you sign up for a TD. And I had coincidentally signed up for the right one, thank God. But basically I was like, I just put my name down because I didn't know what else to do. And she was like, oh no, it's fine. It's fine, you're on a list. It's great, I will see you tomorrow and we'll just discuss things and it'll be fine. And I was just like, oh, thank God, Jesus. Because the content of the class I understood. I understood it. Praise. Like, if I hadn't understood it, I would have had to rethink my life. Yeah, I was able to figure that out, which was great. Okay. But yeah, that was fun. I got to go to these fantastic classes, and my literature history class, well, the prof was sick, so I didn't get to go. Neither the lecture nor my TD happened, so probably not gonna go to it because I love these classes so much, you know? I don't want to give these up. I don't want to do it, guys. I don't wanna. I like them too much. God, I'm such a nerd. I'm sure if there had been the literature class, which would have been so much harder to decide, because I probably would have loved it. But I'm simplifying my life and saying, nope, nope. I don't know what I'm missing. This is very true. I have no idea what I'm missing. But I love these classes now, and I'm not going to torture myself with this third class, and then I'd have to decide which one I'd drop. And I'm sitting here like, neither of them. Neither. I'd probably beg my program director to let me take all three. Because yes, this is the kind of nerd I am. Brace yourself if you guys don't know me very well, if they've somehow reached you randomly. But yeah, I'm that kind of nerd. I'm that kind of nerd. But we had our second class for expression today, and that's gonna be fun. I'll be doing a blog for that class, but it will be completely in French, and I will only post every 2 weeks because that's when they're due. But if you do speak a little French, or you'd like me to translate it and put it somewhere else, like a separate blog with the translation of that, it'll just be my cultural experiences in Montpellier, me analyzing them and looking at them critically. Like I will go to an opera or something and explain what the experience was like and how it was different being in French than in English, because I do like the opera. I do. And then I can attend a sporting event and tell you guys about that. I could go to a club, which actually might happen tonight, because it's Friday and my group's going out, so I am probably going to join them, which will be good. Seeing as I don't really do that kind of thing, I think it'd be a good experience. But yeah, I will be posting about club culture, drinking culture in France, because it's very different from the United States. I'll be talking about maybe what the etiquette is at a dinner table, and different things like that. I think it'd be cool. So if you want me to translate those in English and put them somewhere else and share the link with you guys, let me know. But other than that, that's all I've got. And this video is only 10 minutes. Go me! It's not a half-hour long of me rambling on and on and on. I pretty much stayed on topic. My classes and what I'm learning and what I'm doing. Proud of myself, you guys. Day 11, done.